In this video, what I want to do is I want to set ourselves up so we can easily launch outside of the editor, so that way we can see and test things such as the overlays and all that fun stuff. Because if we play inside the editor, we're not going to get access really to the Epic overlay or the Steam overlay when we go to incorporate that. Because currently, we should already be able to see the actual Epic overlay when we launch our game. So, and we also want to do a couple other things, such as set it up so when we start up our match, we can go down here to Game Services, Lobbies, and be able to find our lobby inside of the portal to confirm that it's actually being hosted. So that means we're going to have to make some small changes here and add a setting for us to search for, as well as create a batch file to launch from outside of the editor. So to begin, we're going to create a new batch file. So what you can do is, I'll go ahead and actually just show you this. You can go ahead and launch up in Notepad, and if you do start and then empty quotes, that allows it to, basically if you followed any of my previous tutorials or my previous tutorial a long time ago where I started up a dedicated server using this route, basically what this is doing is when you fire it up without this, it will start up an empty command prompt that then triggers off the logs and everything like that to show. However, if you do start and then your empty quotations before it, what it does is when it starts up, it immediately kills it and then displays the correct log afterwards. So this is optional, but I would put it there. Then what you have to have is a path to your Unreal Engine editor. So this is basically your engine. So your engine path, engine binaries 164, UE4 editor, or if you're not using Windows, this would be whatever it is for you. Then after that, you do the same thing, but to your U project. So in my case, it's my Unreal Engine projects, EOS YouTube tutorial, EOS YouTube tutorial.u project. Then we want to have the parameters game, and I'm just forcing the resolution, so it's a small little window at the top left of my screen. So here's our positioning, and then we want to make sure we add log to the end of it, so that way we do receive the logs, and then make sure you do save as a batch file. Once that's done, that'll allow you to just simply double click. As you can see, a window just opened there and it closed, and now we have our log. As well, up here, we have our game itself. We are logged in just fine, and here you can see we actually have our dev portal. So if I press Shift F3, you can see everything is good to go. So now that we have that, we need to set it up so when we create our session, it allows us to actually display the session in our dev portal, and we need a way to search for it. So currently we have B is land match set to true. We are going to set this to false, so that way it actually does advertise outside of our own network, and everything else should be good to go. The only thing we need to do now is add a setting for us to search for. So if we do session settings dot, here we can do set. This will allow us to set a setting. So as you can see here for the parameters, we have the key and then the value right here that we want to set, and then the advertisement type. So for the key, if we search for session underscore, search, I couldn't think, underscore, here we have a list of already included ones that we can use. So I'm going to use search underscore keywords, and I'm going to control click, and here you can see basically it's just a bunch of defines. So here's a setting for searching for dedicated only, which allows us to do that, and it's basically just wrappers around a simple, string. So we're going to leave this up because we're going to be searching for search keyword, which is search keywords, no underscore. That's going to be in the portal. Then the next parameter is going to be the actual setting. So what value we want to give it. So in this case, we're just going to do something along the lines of YouTube tutorial lobby. And then we have the E online data advertisement type. We are going to do via online service. All right, so we have B as land match to false. We have our search keywords being set. Let's go ahead and compile. And I forgot, we actually want to wrap this value here in a fname, so fname. And then compile. Or maybe is it fstring? Let me double check. Nope, I'm being dumb here. It's fstring. So that's the type that it's expecting. Construct your fstring as the value. Go ahead and compile. Should be good to go. Now let's go ahead and launch it back up. So here we want to launch it, and then we want to go ahead and create a session. So what we want to do is we want to wait for on login complete. So that's successful. Then what we can do is, where's my mouse? Come in and hit create session. So as you saw, I just started the session up, and on create session complete 1, everything's running. Let's go to our browser here, and if we go to search lobbies, go to attributes, and here we have the key. So remember, this right here for set, we have the key as the first parameter. So our key is search keywords. So if we control click to it, we can see that that is going to be search keywords, no underscore. So let's copy that, paste it in. The type is one of these here. We already know ours is a string, because if you recall, we are using YouTube tutorial lobby as our type. So if we copy that, we can then go to our condition and do a couple different things. So we want to check equal. So if we are equal to YouTube tutorial lobby, then we will find the lobby. So let's hit search and see what appears, if anything. I'm assuming it'll work. Okay, so we got no lobbies found. So we can do this as a just in case as well, and do the exact same thing, and search instead string with a condition of not equal, and just type in something random for it to try to basically not find. So this should ultimately find anything. Okay, and there we go. So I don't know, that should have found it with that value. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't. But anyways, we now actually have our lobby. So we were able to find our lobby from our session that has been spooled up and display it here. So that pretty much wraps up everything I want to do. I'm trying to think. I wrote down in my notes something I wanted to add real quick. Let me see if I'd covered that or not. All right, so I did forget it. So one more thing that we're going to want to add, and this is for mostly the future in using Steam alongside all this, that is going to be an extra setting for session settings dot b, let me find it, use lobbies if available. We want to set this to true. So for some reason, it seems like it's in 4.27. I don't think 4.26 has this problem. But for some reason, when using the Steam Online Subsystem, you have to set this to true. Otherwise, for some reason, something along the line fails. I don't remember exactly what this is or why. It has been a little bit since I've actually looked at it. So, but that seems to be something that you need to actually go through and set up. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and give this one more trial run. So I'm going to refresh here, clear out the lobbies, and I want to attempt to search for the lobbies one more time. So I mostly just want to search for it with the actual name and make sure it comes up, because for some reason I feel like that may have been an old lobby that appeared. So we're going to go ahead and do everything like that. Hit create session complete. So we're good to go. Search lobbies. And again, it is the exact same thing. So search keywords. Then the type. Condition, I'm just going to do not equal, just like before. Okay, so there, it actually picked up the correct session, because here we can see total players is now 1. So I'm going to try to search for it and see if I can find it with the correct name. So I'm going to do equal and do our value as the attribute value. Okay, it does. So that was an old session that was appearing for whatever reason. But anyways, now we actually have our lobby correctly appearing. So I'm almost questioning if, with this being false, if that has some kind of influence over EOS as well. So, because I noticed when we added this and set it to true, it actually set it up to use lobbies. So I would have thought it would have done this by default. But anyways, if you were making it this far and you do have your lobby appear, you should be good to go. So we are pretty much set up, I think, now to make the addition over to including EOSPlus as well. I do not have a second machine to test finding and joining lobbies with, but I will in the next video, or whenever we go into actually working with EOSPlus, I will explain some problems that I have had with it so far, and we would just, I guess, go from there. So either way, we are off to a good start. We now have our lobbies being advertised to the Epic portal so we can view them, view all the analytics and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if anything will appear. Yes, it will. So in our matchmaking, here we can see we've had a session created and total lobbies obviously 1 and all that kind of stuff because it's just ourselves. So you should now have a rough idea on kind of working your way through all this because for the most part from now on it is going to be very similar to working with a normal online subsystem because that's what this plugin is. It's, just like with Online Subsystem Steam and the null Online Subsystem and all the ones for iOS, Android, blah, 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 they all are just a wrapper that really abstracts very far away from all the stuff we would have to do. So it just simplifies it on our part because we can write it once and change platforms from there. So anyways, I'm just kind of rambling on. That is going to be all for this video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where I have a team deathmatch series just for Patrons using C++ with Unreal Engine, as well as you get early access to pretty much all of my videos, such as this one. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to join my Discord that's also linked down below, and I'll try to help you out. So, I'll see you in the next video.